Perfect. Last step. And this is the hardest one, so you might need to come back to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a texture layer on top. So to do that, I'm just going to go into Google and find a texture. Something simple. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's up to you what you choose to get. If you don't want grungy, you don't have to get grungy. You're going to right click and you're going to copy that. And then you're going to just paste that right in the top with Control V. And if you look, my Shut Rocks is over the top of it. So I want my texture kind of over everything. So I'm going to take that layer and bump it way up over top of the text. So now I'm not seeing anything. So eventually I'm going to have to play with some blend modes to kind of change that up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an overlay so I can kind of see what I have for a texture. And then this is where it gets kind of tricky. What you want to do is right down here in the corner, you want to add a layer mask. And it's going to pop up and it's going to be highlighted. Then you're going to want to flip your color so that your black and white are switched, because you need to use a black paintbrush for this. Then you're going to go to your paintbrush that's black, and what we want to do here is, I'm going to make my paintbrush a smidge bigger, is I want to take that texture off of Shut's face because I thought it was kind of distracting. So you can see here, basically what happens with this is it has the texture, and then it said this little black spot says don't put the texture here, put it every place else. So I'm going to kind of try to pull that out. If you noticed, I used kind of a fuzzy kind of brush, so you want to make sure you do that. If you want some of the texture to show through, you can kind of change that opacity, play with that a little bit. So those are kind of your options. Make sure that you're looking here to kind of see what you have. Then once you have that done, you can play with different effects, but those effects aren't going to show up on the face.